Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the Winner's Circle Sports Betting Podcast. My name is Ross Benjamin of RBWins.com, and it's our Wednesday, November 30th NFL show. And we have two free winning selections, that is, in the NFL on Sunday, December the 4th. And a new little twist here in our show is we're going to be bringing Jesse Schul on every Wednesday instead of Friday now. So keep tuned for that. We record at noon Eastern time every Wednesday. Again, this isn't a live show, folks, so you could always go to the archives of our YouTube channel to pick up any of the pre-recorded shows we do for you on this channel. Jesse, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving holiday weekend and you ate a lot. You stayed safe. How are you, my friend?
Doing great, Ross. I'd like to thank you for giving me the week off last week. I guess after giving out not one, but two winners on the last show I was on, I got a week off.
Yeah. So never hurts to keep winning. And Jesse's been doing that right along, not only with his premium pay selections, but all his picks here on this channel, which are absolutely free. As a matter of fact, all the great handicappers here on this channel, we're hitting a shade over 62% over the last 7 weeks on this channel, folks. And the results are all there for you to view and hear. Like I alluded to, you can go to our archives on our channel. And if you don't think I'm telling you the truth, be my guest. Check out the results. Check out what we had to say. And while you're there, and while I'm on that topic, I should say, be sure to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already done so. It's absolutely free, no strings attached, no hidden agenda, no subscription plans. We're just asking you to subscribe and then hit that notification bell when you're in your YouTube settings after you subscribe, and you'll be notified immediately upon any of our Winner's Circle Sports Betting podcasts being published on this channel, and we do them 5 times a week, folks. That's 10 free picks a week. Why wouldn't you subscribe? And you get the opportunity to listen to guys like Jesse Schul of JesseSchulSports.com, also Big Al McMorty of BigAl.com, Doug Upstone of DocSports.com, and Sean Higgs of PicksandParleys.net. And we'll be bringing on more guests as the season progresses, especially as we evolve into basketball season. And Jesse, for one, and Sean Higgs for another, are chomping at the bit to start doing college basketball free picks. And we're going to address that very shortly, folks. So until then, you're going to have to put up with just winning in football. Jesse, tell the folks again, it's JesseSchulSports.com is where they could find you, how you've been doing of late, what you might have coming up this week.
Well, I've been able to put on my yellow outfit recently because I'm still 100% perfect, 8-0 with 5% top NFL plays this season for the year of 22, going all the way back to last year's playoffs. And I've got 2 5-unit top plays available now. You can go to jesseschul.com, or you can go to Sports Memo, or you can go to Picks and Parlays or Sports Capping. But I prefer to see you at jesseschul.com.
That's 2 5-star top plays in the NFL you have posted?
That's right. One side, one total.
There you go, folks. I mean, this is a guy who's given out 8 of those selections dating back to last season. He's 8-0 in his last 8 with those picks, and he's got 2 of them this week. So you need to jump all over that opportunity to make a lot of money with a gentleman who's proven to be a consistent winner over the last decade. All right, Jesse, we're going to take a look at our free picks in the NFL. We're going to start with you. The Kansas City Chiefs and the Cincinnati Bengals, a huge AFC matchup and a repeat of last year's AFC championship game in which Cincinnati won at Kansas City and surprisingly made it to the Super Bowl. And is Kansas City going to be out for revenge, or are we going to look for the total in this game to be a factor in your pick?
Well, I love this game. I think it's going to be a great game. I'm going to look at the total, though, and I'll let you know why. It might sound a little bit square, but we do have 2 of the best quarterbacks in the game. and both offenses are firing on all cylinders. The Chiefs have won 5 straight. The Bengals have won 5 of their last 6. Something's got to come to a head here. For Cincinnati, of course, losing Jamar Chase was a big hit, but T. Higgins has stepped up, 262 receiving yards in his last 2 games. The Chiefs actually won 34, or sorry, the Chiefs lost 34-31 at Cincinnati last January. And the over is 8-1 in Kansas City's last 9 road games. The over is 5-1 in Cincinnati's last 6 overall. Normally, the recipe for success when you're playing Kansas City is to run the ball and keep the ball out of Patrick Mahomes' hands. Now, Joe Mixon's been banged up. We're not even sure if he's going to be able to play in this game, and that might stop Cincinnati from employing that strategy this week. And for the Chiefs, no Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and their running game has been a little bit suspect since Helaire went out with the injury. Last week against the Rams, which would have been an ideal spot to lean on their running game, they ended up passing 42 times and only rushing the ball 30 times. And I'm sure Andy Reid would have liked that ratio to be about opposite, but with the lack of trust in the running backs he's got, he's likely to pass more than he might if Helaire was in the game. I've checked the weather for this game. It looks like the weather is going to be okay. At this time of year, you always have to wonder about that, but it looks all right. The number 52.5. I think both these teams are going to get their 27 or more. So I'll go with the over in this one.
So Jesse Shule likes the Kansas City and Cincinnati game on Sunday, December 4th to go over the total of 52.5. Yeah, I mean, if you look at the way Cincinnati played Kansas City last year, they didn't shy away from a old-fashioned shootout on both occasions. So as opposed to a lot of other teams that do try to employ that ball possession offense to keep the ball out of Patrick Mahomes' hands and limit Kansas City's offensive possessions, I don't think it's in Cincinnati's DNA to play that way. I don't think they're scared of going tit for tat with any team in the NFL right now when it comes to offensive explosiveness. So we'll see. It sounds like a good play to me. And like Jesse said, the weather shapes up to be pretty good considering the time of year this game will be played in early December. I'm going to take a look at the Green Bay at Chicago game on Sunday. And boy, oh boy, 2 teams that are really going nowhere right now. But, you know, this is also a series that Green Bay has dominated. I mean, the Packers have won the last 7 in this head-to-head series. They've also won 11 of their last 12 and covered 10 of their last 12 in games played at Chicago. And as Aaron Rodgers made us all know last year when they scored a touchdown in overtime, he owns the Chicago Bears, and he certainly has. However, this is a different Green Bay team, and also I guess you could say this is a different Chicago team. The Bears have gone over the total in each of their last 6 games with a combined total of 57.5 points scored per contest, while the Green Bay Packers have gone over the total in each of their last 3 games with a combined total of 58.7 points scored per contest. These are 2 teams that you could run the ball on. These are 2 teams that have run the ball effectively throughout the course of the year. I think both will have a lot of success running the ball, which will open up some play action pass opportunities for 2 teams that really have struggled throwing the ball, but because of their effective running games, I think they'll have limited success in passing the ball as well. And with this total only being 43.5, that's something to consider, especially the way both of these teams have gone over the total in recent games. As a matter of fact, the Green Bay defense has allowed 27 points or more in their last 3, 6 of their last 8. If you want to tighten that up even more, the Green Bay defense has allowed 23 points or more in 8 of their last 9 games. This is a Chicago defense over the last 5 contests has allowed 34.6 points per game. Both meetings last year went over the total and produced combined scores of 75 and 66 points. I hate to state the obvious, Jesse, but I'm going to go square just like you, which is very unusual for me. I'm going to go Green Bay, Chicago over 43.5. And Jesse likes the Cincinnati Bengals, Kansas City Chiefs game to go over the total of 52.5 on Sunday, December 4th. Any final thoughts, Jesse?
Yeah, I just think that Rogers quote makes great bulletin board material for the Bears locker room. Depending on who's going to play, I might almost be interested in the Bears on a revenge angle there, given what Mr. Rogers has had to say.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's stating a fact, though. It's not like you're talking garbage when you've dominated the Bears the way you have, meaning the Green Bay Packers over the last almost 10 years. However, there's a couple question marks in that game with Justin Fields' status being uncertain. And with Aaron Rodgers, he says he's going to play. That's what he said. He got banged up last week. He's been playing banged up. But I do think, regardless of who the quarterbacks are, I just think both teams will run the ball effectively, and that will produce a high scoring game relative to this total of 43.5. Jesse, it's always a pleasure, and look forward to possibly in the next 2 weeks, we will add a little more to your agenda here on the Winner's Circle Sports Betting Podcast and bring you in for some college basketball and NBA as well. And folks, he's an excellent college basketball and NBA handicapper, as well as college football, the NFL, and also the NHL. And by the way, how about my United States getting through in the World Cup, Jesse? How about that, buddy? Nobody expected.
I watched that game last night. It was pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
I got to say, the acting in the World Cup has been phenomenal with all the flippy floppy. That's
always
a little
is
disappointing.
It always is, Jesse, and it's really prevalent among a lot of the South American countries and the African countries that qualify for the World Cup. I think a lot of those guys could walk away with Oscars if they chose the path of Hollywood acting instead of soccer. Anyway, until the next time, for Jesse Shule and Ross Benjamin, we like to wish each and every one of you all the very best. I'll be back later today with Sean Higgs, so stay tuned for that as well. And then Sean Higgs today and Al McMorty today. So we got 3 shows we're taping today on Wednesday. Wow. Talk about Wednesdays being busy, right, Jesse? It's supposed to be hump day. Anyway, until the next time, folks, take care and God bless.